Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be taking a test with riddles on it from Brightside. Now, let's see how smart we really are and how bright you are. Okay, let's see. This is
13
fine.
riddles that will test how bright you are.
Okay. So let's get
Can you
on.
name yourself a master of observation, logical reasoning,
I
and
can.
intuition? Here's 13 short riddles to put your brain to the test so that you can try to prove that you could become Sherlock Holmes 2.0. But first, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join us here on the bright side.
Guys, if you
1.
actually watch this
Bad
intentions,
intentions.
you can do it if you want, but
A woman invited her friend
subscribe
home for
if you
dinner.
want,
She made a
and
meal of
everything,
mashed potatoes and roast
Oh,
beef.
gosh.
For dessert, she cut an apple in halves and offered her friend one half along with some whipped cream on the side, and put the rest of the cream in a separate bowl. She then ate her piece of the same apple. The friend died of poisoning, but the host survived despite eating from the same apple. How is that possible?
Maybe, guys, can I tell you what I think happened? So, I'm gonna tell you once the timer runs out, so you guys can think. Okay. Timer might run out. Well, I'm hard, guys. This is so awkward. My phone is frozen. Let's go back to YouTube and play. Let's wait till the timer runs out and then I'll tell you guys.
Answer.
I think that the poison was in the whipped cream, and the host didn't have the whipped cream, but she had the person who was killed had whipped cream.
The poison was in the whipped cream.
Guys, I got it right.
2. Who's lying?
Yeah.
A man named Tom went hiking with his friend Chris on a Sunday after notifying his brother Dan. The next Saturday, the police finds Tom dead in the woods. Dan said that he had been working all week. Chris was found wandering around the highway. He said that he got lost in the woods right after they arrived and just found his way home. Look at the picture and guess who's lying.
I think the boy in
Answer.
the blue shirt.
Chris is lying. How can he be so well shaven after being alone in the woods for a week? 3.
I was wrong.
Guess the name of the murderer.
Oh, God.
A rich man who lived in a beautiful house on Baker Street, Mr. Ronald Green, has just been kidnapped, and Sherlock Holmes has been appointed to the case. He finds a note at the crime scene written by Mr. Green. It read, 1st of January, 4th of October, 5th of March, 3rd of June. Sherlock knew that somehow the killer's name was hidden in the note. The suspects were as follows: Jack Green, the son and the heir of the property.
Okay, let's think. J-O-H is what I've got, because 1st of January is a J, 4th of October is an O, and 5th of March is an H, so J-O-H. 3rd of June is an N. John. It must have been a John. Okay, guys?
John Jacobson, an employee of Mr. Green.
It's him.
June Green, Green's wife. Sherlock deduced the killer's name in an instant. Can you?
John. It's John, guys. I think. It's John. John?
Answer. The kidnapper was
John.
John Jacobson. I knew it. Take these details into
So-
account. 1st of January means
It's a
the
J.
first letter of the word January.
So it's a J.
J. 4th of October means the fourth letter of the word October.
O.
O. The
So-
5th of March means the fifth letter of the word March. H. 3rd of June means the third letter of the word June. N. The name spelled out is John. 4. Guess the victim and the murderer's name.
Oh, no.
There are 5 men. These are the clues you've got. 1. One of them shot and killed one of the other 5. 2. Dan ran in the New York City Marathon yesterday with one of the innocent men. 3. Mark considered being a farmer before he moved to the city. 4. Jeff is a top-notch computer consultant and wants to install Ben's new computer next week. 5. The murderer had his leg amputated last month. 6. Ben met Jack for the first time 6 months ago. 7. Jack has been in seclusion since the crime. 8. Dan used to drink heavily. 9. Ben and Jeff built their last computers together. 10. The murderer is Jack's brother. They grew up together in Seattle.
I think Dan, because his leg hurt. So I think Dan's the murderer.
Answer.
And
Jeff killed Mike. How do we
What?
know? Jack is not the murderer. He is the brother of the murderer. Dan is not the murderer since he ran a marathon and the murderer recently had his leg amputated. Ben is not the murderer. He
Oh.
just met Jack. Jack and the murderer grew up together. We know that Jeff is still alive because he wants to install Ben's new computer next week. Mike didn't grow up with Jack. If Jack, Dan, Ben, and Jeff are still alive, then Mike is dead. We can only deduce that Jeff must be the murderer. 5.
I am
The
so
name
wrong at
is
that one.
written on the note.
Oh.
One snowy night, Sherlock Holmes was in his house sitting by the fire. All of a sudden, a snowball came crashing through his window and broke it.
Oh,
Holmes
no.
got up and looked out the window just in time to see 3 neighborhood kids who were brothers run around the corner. Their names were John Crimson, Mark Crimson, and Paul Crimson. The next day, Holmes got a note that read, "Crimson, he broke your window." Which of the 3 Crimson brothers could Sherlock Holmes question about the incident?
I have no idea.
Answer, it was Mark. The note said question mark Crimson, which can be read as question mark Crimson.
A whole new way to
It's
care for
cool, I like
newborns
that
is
one.
born. New Johnson's Cotton
Don't
Touch
you guys
Wash and
get it?
Lotion,
It's really
made
funny.
with real cotton and enhances your gentle touch. A new soft, a new touch, a new gentle. New Johnson's Cotton Touch. Choose
I
gentle.
really hate that.
6.
Okay.
Think outside of the box with this one. A man was found dead in a field of snow. The only evidence that was left was a set of footprints between 2 parallel lines. Who should the police be looking for?
The murderer? I'm confused.
Answer, someone in a wheelchair. 7. There is no such thing as a perfect crime. A wealthy man lives alone in a small cottage. Because he was handicapped, he had everything delivered to his cottage. The mailman was delivering a letter on Thursday when he noticed that the front door was ajar. Through the opening, he could
Oops.
see the man's body lying in a pool of dried blood. On the porch were 2 bottles of milk, Monday's newspaper, a catalog, flyers, and unopened mail. When Sherlock Holmes got to the cottage, he told the police the killer was the paper boy. How did he know?
There's no mail. There's no mail. There's no mail that day.
Answer. The absence of Tuesdays and Wednesdays newspapers indicated that the paper boy knew that the man was dead and therefore no one would read them. 8. tricky trip.
I'm
Two
so
friends
wrong
left
and
for a
bad
climbing
at
trip,
these.
but only one returned from the vacation and said that his friend slipped while climbing and died. Upon investigating, the police arrested him, saying, "We received a call from your travel agent. We know you murdered your friend." The man did not inform anyone about the trip. Then how did they know that he was the murderer?
How would he have known that his friend slipped while they were climbing? That is so wrong.
Answer: the man had booked a round-trip ticket for himself, but only a one-way ticket for his friend. 9. Everything will eventually come to light. A man named Evan called the police saying he had found his friend Liam murdered by the seashore. He said that he had lent Liam his beach house for the week during the California summer, and that he had just arrived from a month of work in chilly Argentina to join him, only to find him dead. When the police arrived, they instantly realized he was lying. Look at the picture and guess why.
He's tan. Like, he would have been that tan from the whole trip.
Answer: if it's summer in California, it's winter in Argentina. The man was sunburned. He wasn't in Argentina. He was in California.
Oh,
10.
I'm so
Not
bad.
as obvious as it
Yeah,
seems.
I'm on vacation.
Let's test your skills. You're shown the picture of these two women. One of them had been living in poverty for the last 10 years and just killed a man to pay her big debt. Can you figure out which one of them did?
I think the lady with the green dress killed.
Answer: A. People who have less disposable income tend to spend more on items that make them appear wealthier, like high heels, eye-catching clothes. It's a plus if the brand's name can be read, and heavy makeup. They usually spend more than they earn, so a full fridge for just one girl should reveal the truth. 11. You may kiss the bride? A man wakes up from a 2-day coma after a car accident with a case of amnesia. Suddenly, 2 women arrive at the hospital. One of them says she's his wife, and the other one says that they have kids. Who's lying?
I think the lady in the red.
Answer: the woman in the red dress is lying. She's not wearing a wedding ring. 12. How sharp are you? Sherlock Holmes 2.0 needs for his judgment to be sharp. Just by looking at the picture and only using your sharp, intuitive, and intellectual skills, tell us, which of these two families is poor?
I think the one with the kid in the blue shirt is poor.
Answer: the family on the left is poor. A low-income family tends to gravitate toward food that is cheaper but more energy-dense, like pizza, ice cream, and cake. A wealthier family tends to choose more nutrient-dense foods such as vegetables, protein, and
How
fruit.
am I supposed
Though
to know
that
that?
doesn't mean they can't go for that occasional red velvet cake. 13. Only for keen observers. Sherlock Holmes would have noticed in less than a minute who the thief is in this picture. Sherlock Holmes 2.0 would need to be as observant as his master to be able to solve this riddle in the same amount of time. Can
know.
you?
The lady in the in the yellow dress because she has no
Answer:
husband.
the woman in the yellow dress is the thief. The hint reveals that the thief is not the boy. The toy shop does not sell small teddy bears like the small bear the mother has inside her purse, or the little bunny the man is carrying in a bag. The store sells balls, and the woman in the yellow dress has one of them inside her dress, making it look like she's pregnant. How many riddles did you solve? Tell us in the
Almost all
comments
of them.
below. Be sure to
Tell
give this
me in the
video a like,
comments below.
challenge your friends by sharing it with them, and click subscribe to stay on the bright side of life.
Do it for me, guys. Do all of that, what he just said for me, and that will be very helpful. So, bye.